Hello again, Gwent fans. Welcome back to another match of Real Gwent, number 11 I think. So I'm King Black Tooth, my friend's Gareth, and we are doing something different this particular match. We've lowered the deck strength limit to 100. Now usually we play at 135. 135 deck strength limit actually allows you to make pretty much comfortable decks. You can put any cards you want in and still be quite comfortable with the deck you make it. So we lowered it for this game just to see if it changes the meta and see if we have to start making cuts and making some sacrifices with the cards we have to put in, and see if we get any other cards coming out that we wouldn't normally play. So as you can see here on the screen, the first card I have is a ghoul. Now I'd never normally put a ghoul in my deck because it's really only 3 strength, 1 for each ghoul, and the chance to get duplicate cards for the muster ability, so I'd never normally put them in. But I was able to make a comfortable deck. I had my crones, my Arakas, my vampires for deck strength 100. The problem was that that's all I had. I didn't really have anything else other than those, and so statistically I was quite likely to get duplicate cards. So I didn't want that, so I had to put in some filler cards. Take out some 6 strength siege guys, and put in the ghouls, put in the harpies and a couple of other small things, just to fill out the deck so I'm less likely to get duplicate cards. I did actually get 3 crones, and I replaced 2 of them, but ended up getting another 2 neckers, so I have 3 neckers, so that didn't work too well. But that's just unfortunate. I think it could have been a lot worse. And my opponent, who plays Northern Realms, he had 100 strength nicely, but he never actually got to the 22 card unit limit. Now, in these particular Gwent matches, you need to have at least 22 unit cards, or higher. And he couldn't actually get there because his strength was too great. He didn't have enough cards. So he had to start taking out some big cards. I think he took out Geralt, who's 15 strength. And he had to start putting in some Kaedwani siege experts, some other small things, just to build up his card number. So hopefully, I like that. I like the fact that you have to sacrifice cards in this small little different, just a change of deck strength changes the meta. And hopefully we'll see some good matches and some unusual cards that you may not see usually. So he starts off with a spy. I actually have a card disadvantage. I only have 8 cards because I have duplicate neckers, which is unfortunate. And he has 11 cards now. Okay, so there's one of those Kaedwani siege experts. So he's either going to go quite a lot of strength right at the beginning because he plays that down. And Northern Realms do have some pretty good siege ones. Four to 6 strength is generally the card, so I want to make him play like a pretty powerful card. But he puts down another Kaedwani siege expert, and now they double each. Well, they add 1 to each other, so each of those is now 2. So he actually manages to squeeze that out, which is quite annoying for me, but they worked out well for him. Well done. So I get to keep a card on board. Whichever one that may be. Obviously I want the harpy, but I get the spy. Okay, so he starts with a Blue Stripes Commando. So the question the monster player has to ask is, does he have any more? Is he putting that down to try and win, or is he putting it down because he doesn't have more and he's kind of bluffing with it? So the monster player is putting down some small cards just to kind of weed and see what the Northern Realm player has. So he's actually staying. Oh, actually, they're even strength, which is okay, I guess. He doesn't really want to play his big cards yet. I don't think anyone wants to. They're going to hold those back and see what happens. Okay, another bonded one, but not the same person. So he could still be holding more back, you know. It's nice how he's got one on the melee row and one on the ranged row. So they're both going to be quite hard to deal with in terms of weather cards. Okay, placing the neckers down, and as you can see, the monster's card advantage is way low. He's only got 5 cards in his hand now, as opposed to the Northern Realms 8. Oh, he's spreading it. He's really spreading that around. Weather cards are not going to be very effective in this particular round at all. But it's quite clever, actually. Obviously, the monster player has to win this. Me. I have to win. So the decoy is a great card to just waste a turn. You have to keep the same amount of cards in your hand, and you can do a little shimmy on the board, and it uses up a turn of yours, which is really good. So I chose the leader ability, which allows me to play a weather effect instantly from my deck, and that's a pretty good card. I did that because I thought Northern Realms would have a lot of siege. They don't seem to. I mean, we know he's got quite a bit, but obviously I'm just using it at this particular point to waste a turn because I've got a card disadvantage, and he's obviously going to be holding something powerful back. So again, he's using that card there just to waste a turn. It's nerfing him, but not by enough. He's probably got a Biting Frost is what I'm scared of. But there's not much I can do. I've got a Scorch and I've got a Crone. I'm going to need the Crone for next round. And I'm going to need... I can't play the Scorch now because I've got a 10 strength minion on the board. He hasn't got anything higher. So I end up giving up, even though I'm not in a position to win. However, I need something for the next round. There's is basically how it goes. If he's got a Bite and Frost, which is what I fear, then my crones won't do anything. If he hasn't, then I could possibly win, but then I'm going to still need something for the next round as well. Because if he can't beat my strength, say he puts a Bite and Frost down and he still can't beat my strength, he will just pass. I will win this round and he will beat my strength next turn. He has a Bite and Frost. So he's cut my strength by a lot there. So we know he's got an 8 strength siege, which he's placed, and we know he can double them, which is the leader ability he took, which is very powerful. And so he wins already. So unfortunately, it was all about card advantage again, which I think maybe those 2 neckers at the beginning is what sealed the deal for me. Isn't that convenient? So I had Scorch, which I couldn't use because I'd already kind of buffed that to 10, so because it'd take mine off, wouldn't it? Rather than your 6.
Yeah.
So I couldn't use that. And her, I needed something for the next round, really.
Yeah.
If I'd have placed her down, she would be 2, 4, 6. 6 more strength, so would that have worked?
Yeah.
No, because it's basically her, isn't it? So I've lost. Alright. I feel like I played that right.
Yeah.
At the first round, passing
I had
after
2 clear weathers, which were quite handy.
Yeah. I thought, is he going to have a Bite and Frost? That is the whole thing, wasn't it, really?
In reserve, yeah, that's the only thing. But even if I didn't, though, I'd have just passed then instead.
Then I would have played 6. You would have played...
7.
Can't Scorch her, can I? Oh,
No,
would you?
Can't Scorch her, no.
So what would you?
And that
What would you have brought back with that? Him.
No, I've got a few, so.
So then I couldn't Scorch him anyway, because it would have been the same as that. Because I would have to play that first.
Yeah. No, I had catapults.
Yeah.
Alright. I've got a double the time, so actually if I double them, then you could have got them. Depends on the sort.
Yeah, I think card advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, card advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Here's your card back. You want to have another one, or the hand was a bit crap?
Yeah, mine wasn't the best.
No, you had 2 of those guys that magically worked out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go, don't forget that's yours.
And only one's fine.